Little Eric Thomas for you this morning. Little Eric Thomas, I hope you're reflecting. I hope you're reflecting on your weeks. I hope you're reflecting on your days. I hope you're taking that time out in your day, in the morning, in the middle of the day, at night, to reflect and be like, what am I doing well? What areas do I need to change? How do I get better? How do I improve? I hope this is your mindset. I hope this is the calibration you have. I hope we're not just, like ET said at the end, going through every day, making the same mistakes, thinking that that's just life. No, we're a product of our habits. We're a product of our decisions. So your heightened sense of self-awareness. How well do you know you? Do you reflect on you every day? Do you reflect on you multiple times throughout the day? Do you take a look and see what have I gotten done? Where have my thoughts been? What have I done well? What have I not done well? Is this how you think? My encouragement to you is that, again, success leaves clues. So if this is something that you need to implement to shift your mind, set a reminder on your phone. If this is not you and you're not as introspective, you're not thinking about what you're thinking about using that metacognition, set a timer on your phone, set an alarm on your phone. And at that time, reflect. The alarm goes off, reflect. Man, what's the past 2 hours been? What's the past 3 hours been? How have my thoughts been? Have I moved myself towards the goal? Have I gotten to right? Have I done good things? Have I taken myself away from it? Reflection. Pain plus reflection equals progress. That was Ray Dalio. Pain plus reflection equals progress. If you go through a painful season, if you go through painful time in any area of your life, add the reflection time in. Take time to reflect. Why was it painful? What did I learn? What did I go through? What would I have done different? What did I do well? What did I not do well? Like actually reflect on it. Don't suppress it. Don't wish it away. Don't push it down. Like reflect on it. Those two things will help you make progress to the man or woman you need to become. It'll help you make progress to the next version of yourself. These were just some of the reminders, right? You heard ET talking about being intentional. Said that all morning, right? But you got to be intentional about your day. You got to wake up and be intentional. You got to know what you're going after. And then you got to get to it. It's the systems, it's the habits that continue to keep us headed in that direction. And so, again, I hope you're doing some of this stuff outside of here. I hope you're doing some of this stuff without me being around. I hope you're reflecting on your days. I hope you're reading good things. I hope you're listening to good things. I hope you're taking every day with intentionality and saying, hey, how am I getting closer to the man or woman I need to be? In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, it says the world class catapults their consciousness by overcoming obstacles. So again, ET said at the very end of that, a heightened sense of self awareness is something that you need. So again, this is how we improve, upgrade our consciousness level. How do we do it? By overcoming the obstacles. Don't wish it away. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish the hard times weren't here. They're making you into the man or woman you need to be. But just like ET said, faith without works is dead. So sure, you can have a bunch of faith, but if you're not doing the work, if you're not doing the work to get over the obstacle, if you're not doing the work to take the rejection, if you're not doing the work to fix the relationship, to have the tough conversations, to change your health, to go to the gym, to eat the right things, if you're not doing the work behind it, we're not going to get to where we need to go. Both sides are important, but you got to raise your level of awareness, you got to raise your level of consciousness so that you can overcome the obstacles. Albert Einstein quote says, a problem can't be solved at the same level of consciousness it was created. Say that again. A problem can't be solved at the same level of consciousness it was created. So if there is a problem, an issue, a challenge, an obstacle in your life currently at this stage of your life, just know this is taking ownership, this is taking responsibility. We've gotten ourselves to this place from our level of thinking. Your health is where you are because of your level of consciousness around your health. Because of how you think about your money has you financially where you are. Because of how you think, right? You just take ownership of that. So if you created the problem at this level of consciousness, the only way to change the problem is to get to a higher level of consciousness so we can then attack the issue. Well, how do we get to a higher level of consciousness? Obviously, that's what we're here to do. Learn, grow, become, get to the best version of ourselves. Here's what it says in the text, though. It says, while the masses see obstacles as their primary adversary, champions view them as opportunities to expand their level of thinking and competence. Professional performers know the only way they can truly become mentally tough enough to manifest their vision is to struggle and fight their way through obstacles. There's no other way. The great ones are conscious of the fact that success is trial by fire. The middle class consciousness avoids obstacles at all costs and looks for the easy way out. The world class builds their own roads and forges ahead, knowing the strength of character gained from overcoming obstacle after obstacle will be the measure of their true success. And with that rock solid character, even greater things can be accomplished. If you remove the obstacles, you remove the opportunity to grow. One more time. If you remove the obstacles, you remove the opportunity to grow. The world class becomes great by overcoming more obstacles than the middle class. They get tough because they're in the game, getting hit and taking shots. Professional performers are good at overcoming obstacles because they're always engaged in the process. Amateurs spend so little time staring down the dragon that they simply never get tough enough to become pros. The fear of failure looms deep in the psyche of the masses. The great ones are sometimes fearful, yet develop more courage with each new obstacle until they stand up one day as true mental warriors. There's no other way. You've got to become mentally tough in order to get to the life that you want. And there's no other way to get mentally tough than to go through the obstacles. You just heard E.T. say, you just heard him say, on the road to success, what happens? On the road to success, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a paved road. He said he lost 5 aunts to cancer. When he's in the height of building a business, when he's doing thank God it's Monday, when everyone's getting to know him, when he's getting his voice out there, in his personal life, he had 5 of his relatives pass away. That would have knocked most of you out. Like you would have stopped doing the business stuff. You would have been like, oh, my family needs me so, right? Like they love, and that is what the enemy comes to do. He throws the distraction and he throws the obstacle in to get you to stop moving in your path, to get you to stop, to get you to be like, oh, well, maybe I should focus on these things, the distractions. And we stop moving forward. ET was like, no, 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 I'm going to keep going. I jump on the plane, right? I come back, I do my TGIM, got it. Emotionally, mentally tough, going through the obstacles, fine. Talks about his cousins getting killed. He talks about his wife getting diagnosed with MS. All of this while he's at the height, growing his business, growing his success so that we know his name. Like it's the obstacles that gave him the rock solid character for him to go build this thing. I hope you see your life as such, that all the things that are happening in your life are happening for you to get to where you want to go. If you keep going, if you see them as such, if you have your perspective shifted so you're not thinking life is happening to you, that these things are all bad, that these obstacles or challenges are the reason why you can't get to where you want to go, but you shift and you say, no, these are the exact things I need to become the man or woman I need to be to get to the life I want. What's your perspective? How do you view it? This is telling you you got to see these as opportunity. You got to see the obstacles, the challenges, the adversities as opportunities for you to grow, for you to become the best version of yourself. So you can, like E.T. said, been broken and disappointed and hurt so many times that you understand what that feels like. So when that happens in the life that you're asking for, it's not knocking you off track. It's not stopping you. You can handle more things. What do I tell you? We do this so we can have the capacity to handle the life we're asking for. ET has built some capacity. He's striving in business and striving to do all the things. And in his personal life, people are dying left and right. People are getting diagnosed left and right. Like and he's building character. He could have stopped. He could have quit. He could have said, this is too much. I can't focus on that business stuff right now. I can't focus on my dreams right now. I can't focus on that. I got to go take care of my family. Let me stop all that I'm doing over here and let me go over here. He could have done that. he probably wouldn't be the ET that you know today. So you got to remember in your life, these obstacles are coming to make you better. They're coming to make you better. Whatever challenges you're facing, whatever challenges you just faced, whatever challenges you're about to face, they're coming to make you better. They're coming to make you more mentally, emotionally tough. They're helping you figure out that character that you need to get to your vision, to become what God wants you to be so that you can have the capacity to handle it and steward it properly and do all the things you need to do with it. So, raising our level of consciousness comes down to what we're consuming, what we're reading, what we're listening to, who we're around, the perspectives that we get in life. I hope you don't have the same perspective of some things now that you did 3 years ago. I hope you've grown because that's a sign of growth. A sign of growth is you've changed your mind. You got new information. You got to a higher level of consciousness. You can see things differently, and you say, huh, man, the way I thought about this 3 years ago is not how I think about it now. I think about this differently now. That is a sign of growth, is because you've changed your thinking. So that means your life will change, right? So, what areas are you still thinking the same? That means you haven't raised that level of consciousness in that area, which means we can't fix that problem in that area because it's the same level of consciousness that it was created. So maybe we got to go through the adversity, we got to go through the obstacles, we got to go through the challenges so we can build more character, so we can get to a higher level of consciousness, so that issue in our life can go away. That financial issue, that relationship issue, that health issue, whatever it is, it can go away because you're at a higher level of consciousness. I hope you're understanding how simple this can be. None of this stuff is hard concept. It's almost so simple. It says it in the book. It's so simple, people miss it. It's so simple that people just, that's not what I need to do. No, this is exactly what you need to do. Shift your perspective and know that all the hard things that are happening in your life are happening for you. They're not happening to you, they're happening for you. And you can have faith that they go away, but you also need to work so that they go away. You also need to change your thinking. You also need to read the book. You also need to do the work so that they go away. But they come to make you better. They come to make you stronger. They come to make sure that you can get to the life that you don't need to break from. The quote up here says, "The block of granite, which was an obstacle in the path of the weak, becomes a stepping stone in the path of the strong." When you see these obstacles in your life, when you see these challenges and adversities in your life, when you see the things that you don't have, the lack, all those things, I want you to start thinking, man, it's just a stepping stone. It's just a stepping stone. Man, I can't wait to see what's on the other side of this. Man, I'm so grateful for this. Man, when's the last time you were grateful for a problem? When's the last time you were grateful for an adversity? Now you can be. You can be grateful for it. Man, I'm so grateful, right? It says in the Bible, it says, right? I was glad that I was afflicted, right? I was grateful. I was glad that I had this thing happen to me. Why? Because I know it got me better. That's how you have to start looking at your problems, your challenges, your obstacles. It's coming to make you better. The action step for today says make a list of the 3 biggest obstacles you currently face. Next, determine the worst thing that could possibly happen if you decided to mount an all-out assault to overcome them. If you can live with the worst case scenario, suspend your fear and attack your obstacles as if it's impossible to fail. If you succeed, your self-confidence will soar. If you fail, you'll live to fight another day. If there's something you can learn in this process of getting to the life that you want, teaching yourself how to fail, teaching yourself how to overcome obstacles, teaching yourself how to challenge yourself, teaching yourself how to not get so emotionally invested in problems. Where our focus goes, our energy flows. If you give a lot of energy to problems, they grow. Whatever we focus on gets bigger. So you have to minimize the energy you give to it and maximize the solutions, the energy you give to the solutions, the gratitude, how you shift your perspective, and those problems start to shrink. They're not as big as you think they are because you don't give them energy. This is your work today on this May 20th. This is your work. This is your encouragement to go out and continue to be intentional about your day to day, about what's happening in your mindset, in your heart set. What are you doing today that's going to help you become the next best version of you? How are you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone? I'm not sure how that looks in your life, but I know you need to go do it and make this thing happen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If nobody tells you, I'll always tell you, you deserve to win. It's just going to require you to be different. Like this version of you is not going to cut it. This version of you is not going to get you to the life you want. You're a great person. All that stuff is good. This version of you is not going to cut it. You got to grow. You got to learn. You got to become better so you can get to the life that you want. Love you guys. Go out, do something that scares you today. We'll be back here on Friday. Take care.